Hey guys, I'm Jake. Welcome to Nature Beings. So the title of my video says that too much protein is going to make you grow old faster. And how much protein do you really need to stay healthy? In this video, I'm going to provide you scientifically accurate information about protein intake. I will also give you a simple formula to calculate how much protein do you need as per your body weight. Protein intake is such a popular topic these days thanks to the supplement industry. I mean, there is so much literature floating around everywhere how much protein you should consume, and most of it coming from fitness magazines or fitness websites. You need to consume 2.2 grams per pound of body weight. Some says you need to consume 3 grams per pound of body weight. Some says you need 1.5, 1 gram. I mean, there is just so much confusion going around. The dietary recommendations for protein intake is all over the place. I would say that I have been on both end of the spectrum, the high protein intake and the low protein intake. I mean, back in the days when I was young and stupid, I used to weigh 100 kgs and I used to consume 250 to 300 grams of protein every day to maintain these big size muscles on my body. So yes, to maintain these kind of muscles, you do need protein intake. And if somebody is a professional bodybuilder or a sportsman or an athlete, yes, their protein intake is significantly higher because it is a scientific fact. For the growth of these kind of muscles, you need protein intake. Now, based on my research and studies that I've done, what I've learned is that these kind of muscles or too much of protein intake comes at a big cost, and that cost is faster aging of our body. Based on some new studies that I've done from these two incredible books, and I recommend them to all my friends and family members. I'm recommending them to you guys also. Read these books, and it's so simple to read. You can read it on your phone. I read it on Kindle. I'll provide the link in the description for both the books. One is Plant Paradox by Dr. Stephen N. Gundry. He's a MD, cardiologist and cardiac surgeon, and other is Lifespan, written by David A. Sinclair. He's a well-known researcher from Australia. He's working exclusively in the field of anti-aging. Both these books come to a common ground when it comes to the optimal protein intake to stay healthy and also to stay young. I can tell you from my personal experience, when I used to consume that copious amount of protein, my digestive system was always freaking out on me, and even my skin never used to look so soft and glowing. In comparison to now, when I'm consuming lesser protein, my digestive system, it must be blessing me every day, and my skin also looks much softer and glowing. So let me explain that why consuming lesser protein is actually more beneficial for us, for our health, and also for longevity and staying young. So as I mentioned earlier that amino acids or proteins are the building blocks of life, and they are required for repair and formation of new tissues and cells in our body. So as human beings are, why do we age? Basically, we all are cellular beings, and our entire body is composed of trillions of microscopic levels of cells. That's where our life lies in. Okay. So on a daily basis, our old and weaker cells, they die and new cells are formed. That's how we keep surviving and living each day. For us to stay younger and to live longer, we need more and more new cells. Daily new cells should regenerate and old cells should die out and get clean from our system. In the absence of amino acids or sufficient protein, basically our body goes through stress. And during this stress, the inner survival circuit of our cells in our DNA gets activated. Survival, as the word suggests, just like us human beings, when we don't get food or if there's a threat on our life, we go in a survival mode. We just need to survive at any cost, and we go to any extent for that survival, right? Same things happen with our cells. There is an enzyme called mTOR. mTOR forces our cells to start feeding on the dead and weaker cells in our body. So this is like a recycling process, because the faster dead cell goes out, the faster new cells will be regenerated, and that's how we get fresh and energetic new younger life. I should say that. So that recycling and regeneration process gets activated during this stress period in the absence of amino acids. This recycling is basically like cleaning our body from inside, just like we like to live in a clean house, clean bedroom, clean washroom, clean kitchen, clean drawing room. Same way, our cells also thrive and grow in cleaner environment, and that's what they do during this recycle and stress process. They eat away all the dead and weaker cells and eliminate them. So the inside gets cleaner like a clean house. Now, unfortunately, in case of consuming too much protein, the mTOR enzyme gets activated, and due to that activation, it sends a signal to our cells that everything is good, there is sufficient amino acid, you don't need to work extra hard, and our cells become lazy, and the dead cells and weaker cells also stays inside us, and that's why it also stops faster regeneration of newer cells and energetic cells. Even though for people who are bodybuilders and who need big massive muscles, activation of mTOR is good for them and very beneficial, because then that activated mTORs keep sending all the aminos into their muscles and the muscles become big. But for a person like you and me who just want lean and functional muscles, for us it's better that our mTOR stay deactivated, and that forces our cells for survival mode. Now, that being said, we still need protein for survival, because otherwise there will be no repair of tissues and cells in our body. So in that case, what we need to be more careful is about what kind of protein do we consume. In protein, or specifically, let's break it down into amino acid, there are two amino acids that we need to be more careful about, and we need to consume as less of them as possible. Number one is methionine, which is found abundantly in food sources like poultry, all poultry, and then beef, lamb, all the red meat, pork, and also dairy products. So consume as little of these products. And next one is leucine, actually entire branch chain amino acid, that is leucine, isoleucine, and valine. You must have heard about BCAA supplement, that is branch chain amino acid. Leucine in particular is highly responsible for activating mTOR, and as I mentioned earlier, we don't need mTOR activated, we need it to be inhibited. Again, leucine is abundant in whey proteins and even in eggs, so we need to consume less of these things so that we keep our mTOR deactivated. My personal suggestion for protein sources is mostly vegetarian sources like cauliflower. A cup of cauliflower can give you around 3 grams of protein. A cup of broccoli can give you approximately 4 to 5 grams of protein. And one avocado can give you 4 grams of protein. And even hemp seeds and hemp powder is a good source of protein. Half a cup of spinach can give you approximately 5 grams of protein. Of course, there was a time when I used to eat 10 eggs in a day, but now I only eat 2 eggs in a day, and those are also omega-3 eggs. And consumption of chicken is, I think, once in maybe 20 days I consume it. Otherwise, I don't consume any non-vegetarian. And the reason for that is the protein from vegetarian sources contain lesser amount of these particular amino acids like methionine and leucine. So that way, we still get the required amount of protein from them, and our mTOR stays deactivated, which forces our cells into survival mode. So in a nutshell, that means increasing or activating our longevity gene by reduction of too much of protein. Now, when it comes to how much protein is sufficient for you so that your body can survive and repair itself, as per the book Plant Paradox, Dr. Stephen Gundry has given a calculation of 0.37 grams of protein per kg of body weight. So my body weight right now is 80 kgs. So my protein requirement would be 80 into 0.37. That comes to approximately 29.3 grams of protein per day, or you can say 30 grams per day. So I also do weight training and light weight training, of course not heavy, and I do cardio of 10,000 walking steps every day. So in my case, I become little liberal, and mostly I'm relying on vegetarian sources. So I consume approximately 50 grams of protein per day. I believe you must have become clear about at least this confusion, how much protein you need to consume and what are the good sources. So if you like my video, kindly hit the like button, and if you're new, please subscribe to my channel because I keep posting healthy videos. See you next time. Bye.